that they did? How did everybody do with their drum programming? Sounded great. Or share their experience. Okay, popping in. No takers. All right. All right, so we're on week 4. We're done with the MIDI section of our course. We're moving into audio. Today, we're going to talk about editing audio, and then next week, we'll be recording audio. So it gets us transitioning to where we're going to record ourselves singing or playing music. Any questions on what we did last week? Leader bar, inserting time, conductor track, score editing, sheet music preparation, importing, video, audio, MIDI, bouncing to disk, and drum programming. Everybody feel comfortable with these aspects? Okay. All right. So in a lot of digital programs, there's this thing called quick keys. Command S is a common one across the board, which is save, just to help your workflow. And so you're not clunking around with the mouse all the time. So in Pro Tools and other DAWs, there are quick keys that will help your workflow go really smoothly. So here are some that I think will help you out. If there's any on this list that you are curious about and want to know what the quick key is, let me know. But to create a new track, you go Shift Command N on Mac, Shift Control or Control Shift on N on Windows. To duplicate a track, Option Shift D on Mac, Alt Shift D on Windows. Save is the common Command S or Control S. Bounce, can anybody remember what bounce is? We want to share what they think it is.
Doesn't it put like all the audio into its like own file, like an MP3 or something?
Exactly. So you're basically exporting your song into an MP3 or a WAV file. So to do that fast, you do Option Command B or Control Alt B. To pull up your keyboard, but hopefully all of you have a keyboard by now, is Shift K. To undo is Command Z, Control Z. To toggle between the mix window and the edit window is Command equal or Control equal. To open up your transport window is Command 1, Control 1. Copy is Command C, but I think that's common. You can also use the Option key and just drag your track, and that will also copy it. Paste, Command V, another common one. To expand a track, you do Control Option and the up arrow or down arrow, or you can also use the AZ focus and do just R and T. And to toggle AZ focus on and off, you do Option Command 1 and 2 or Control Alt 1 and 2 to turn it on and off. So everybody just open up your last Pro Tools session or new Pro Tools session and go down the list and just try all these commands. It'll take like 5 minutes to do so. Hi, AJ. We're just practicing our quick keys. So if you want to open up a Pro Tool session and then go down the list of practicing these quick keys. Good question. Josh is asking how to expand the track on Windows. Let me see what the alternate is for control and option. I think it's Alt. Is it Alt on Windows? I think it's Alt Shift up and down arrow. Try that. Let me know if that works. Any other questions on these quick keys? Okay. Let's practice these. Now to clear something, you do Command B if you want to clear a track, or Control B. To mute a track, you do Command M or Control M. To split a clip, this is a commonly used one. You do Command E, so you can highlight a clip and then chop it. The print score, Command P, Control P. You have to have under your preferences the print editor selected though. To record enable, Shift R. To start recording, Control or Command Spacebar. To return to the start, Enter. If you want to nudge a clip left or right, you use the arrows above your comma and period sign, and it will nudge according to what you set your nudge at, whether it's a quarter note or a half note, or I'll show you. So over here, quick. So to nudge, this is where you set how much you'll nudge up here under where it says grid. To move a MIDI up or down a note, you use the up and down arrow. To move or MIDI up and down an octave, you do Shift and then up and down arrow. To copy MIDI up a note, you do Option up and down. To increase the velocity by 15, so it gives it a little bit of a bump, you do Shift Command up or down, whether you want to go up or down. Beat Detective, we'll be learning later, is Command 8 to pull that up. And then the option button allows you to do a number of things, whether it's select or unselect things, to reset things, to copy things by just clicking and dragging. it does a lot of powerful things. So we'll be using option a lot. But go through these top ones. Make sure you have those under your fingers. And we'll take another 5 minutes. All right, any questions on these quick keys? Are there any quick keys that you guys have been wondering about? If they come up, by all means ask. You can actually find them in Pro Tools. They're listed over here. So if you want to group something, it tells you right there, Command G. We'll do that for you. So the next thing I want to show you guys is it's called note legato. So somebody asked me, how do you make all the notes so they connect together? Like when something's legato, there's no break in between notes. So there's a quick way to do that on in the event drop-down menu. So what you would do is you would click on your MIDI. All these notes are apart from each other, so they're not legato right now. So I would select them all, or I could go Command A is the quick key, and then go up to event, and then down to time operations. Oh, is it time? Oh no, MIDI operation, sorry. Then down to change duration, and look again, quick key is Option P. And then this window pops up. And under change duration, I would select legato gap and then type in right here 001 if I want them all to connect. And then I would hit apply. And then if you play it back, there won't be a break in between any of your notes. It won't be choppy. You could also select legato overlap if you want them to be extra sustained. And you can do that by, a measure or so. And then it'll be extra legato. You guys just want to try this for a second, just write down or type down some MIDI notes and then go up to event, down to MIDI operations, and then change duration. Is everybody able to get their notes legato? Anything else MIDI related that you guys are wondering about, want to learn? Got stumped upon? Because now we're going to be moving into audio, the second half. Kevin, you did ask me about how to upload the folder. So I just want to address that while we're addressing questions. So this is called your your Pro Tools folder. When you create a Pro Tools session, this will automatically create. This is what you're going to want to send me. So you would right click on it and go down to compress. And then you would send me the compressed file of it right here. And what lives in that MIDI folder, I keep saying MIDI, Pro Tools folder, is your PTX file, which a lot of you have been sending me still. This worked up until now because MIDI lives in the PTX file, but what doesn't live there? If you see up here. I'm pointing to it. So your audio files will not live in your PTX folder. So if you just send me this from now on, I'm not going to get any of your audio files. You need to send me the whole folder in order for me to hear what you do with what you record. Video files don't live in your PTX file, your backups, all this. But the important thing for now that doesn't live there that I will need in the future is audio files. So make sure you send me the whole folder and name it properly. So we're doing the project name, the date, underscore your initials. Because if I get a bunch of week 4 folders, I'm not going to know who did what. Well, I will, but it's good to get a naming sequence going on. Okay, so we are going to go into audio, baby. But before we do, it might sound a little premature, but we're going to talk about our final project, which is coming up. We're online next week and the following week, and starting on March 11th, we will be in the studio, and every week we'll be recording 2 to 3 final projects. And what we'll be doing is you're going to take a piece, just like a piece you've been writing for your homework, and you're going to have somebody perform one of the tracks live. So you're going to have 2 audio tracks and then 3 MIDI tracks. 1 audio track you'll record in the studio and 1 audio track to record on your own. And once you go in the studio once, you can rent out the studio for your own use, which I highly recommend you do because it's free and it's fun. And you might as well take advantage of that. So next week, you're going to submit to me a proposal of what you want to do for your final project. It can just be 1 sentence of like, I want to do an original song using guitar, piano, drums, or whatnot. But just start thinking about it. And we are going to need some volunteers to be our instrumentalist, which we have from our first day. I learned a bunch of talented people in this class. Let me find my file here. Okay, so who plays an instrument and would like to be one of the talents that people can use to record? Yes, Jack. What would you like to offer to your fellow classmates? What kind of instrument?
Oh, the drums.
Drums, awesome. Anything else? That's great. Okay, perfect. And any style particularly that you're into, or just you can play a wide variety?
Yeah, any. Like,
Any, awesome.
yeah.
And what's your email or your phone number so people can contact you? Because if you use Jack, you're going to want to prepare him for what you want him to perform. So send him an MP3 or like a lead sheet or something so he knows what he's playing and it's not so on the spot for him.
Okay. I type in my email or
Or you can just tell it to me.
okay.
Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to share this on the Google Classroom with everybody. And then copy a link. And then everybody can just join it. Okay. And Jack, you can type in your contact information right into the Google Sheet. So everybody join the Google Sheet. Done. Bunny with link can edit. Perfect. I'll write down any. Okay. Anybody else play anything and want to perform? I know we got a lot of talented people. Kevin.
I'm happy to do piano or bass.
Nice. Bass. And how do you like your music? Would you play by ear, or do you like sheet music or lead sheets?
Anything kind of works. Usually I'll read, but I could do by ear if need be too.
Okay. And improvise? Yes, no?
Mhm.
Okay. So very versatile. I'll just say nothing.
Cool.
And then if you just put your contact information right there, that's perfect.
Perfect.
Who else? I know we got a lot of talented people.
I can do guitar
Nice.
and singing.
Guitar and singing. And again, do you like sheets, tabs, MP3?
Mm, chords and by ear.
Okay, chords and by ear. Charts. Here. Anybody else?
I could sing. That's pretty much it.
Love it. And how do you like your sheet music, or do you just want an MP3 of a demo?
Yeah, I can't read music, unfortunately. I've tried, but I can pick up melodies really, really easily.
Awesome.
I have a pretty good range.
Yay. Somebody just wrote in the chat. I don't know how to get there when I'm sharing a screen. Let me just check it. Janelle can sing by ear as well. Perfect. And Janelle and Finn, what range do you have? Are you soprano, alto?
I don't know at this point. The last time I had anybody like comment on my range, I was very young, so I have no
Oh,
idea.
awesome.
I've
Anybody?
been told I was soprano, but I'm not 100% sure.
Soprano. No, oops. All right. Anybody else? We got a good band going here. Any string players? Wasn't there a violinist? Did somebody play the violin? Or wind players? No. Okay. Well, that's a good start.
Microphones here.
Oh, yes, Josh. And what is your instrument?
I play the guitar.
Guitar. Okay. And what kind? Electric, acoustic?
Yeah, electric.
Electric. And Eduardo, are you electric or acoustic? Or both?
Li both, but
Okay.
more acoustic, I guess.
Okay. Okay. All right. And if anybody, in the future wants to volunteer, you can also bring in other people outside our class if you want to use them. Right. And then everybody sign up for a date of when you want to do your final piece. If you're going on the earlier end, if you're doing March 11th, you can come in with like no session at all and, have Kevin improvise on the piano and have that be your start. If you're going May 6th, you probably should have a fully fleshed out Pro Tool session by that point because you'll have time to work on it. So if everybody just wants to sign up, under composer is where you're going to sign up. I will fill in the rest. So when we get into the studio, we'll have an instrumentalist. Somebody will be the engineer, which they will be working Pro Tools. The assistant engineer will be helping the engineer and adjusting the gains. Then we'll have somebody set up the mics. We're all going to rotate all the roles throughout each class. So if everybody, I can go through the list and
The dates are all on different weekdays, like each month is a different weekday. Is that accurate?
no, that's not accurate. Hold on. And just make sure. Thanks for calling that out. Anyone's particular that are incorrect? Let's see.
It's like by month. The March ones are on Wednesdays, the April ones I think were on Sundays, and the May ones were on Mondays, I think.
Oh, wow. Hold on. April is 8th. Oh, you're right. April. Oh, wait. We have break. No, I think on the calendar I'm looking at, the April 22nd, April 29th, those are, am I in the right year?
Was I in the wrong year? Because I might have been in the wrong year.
Yeah, those all seem like Wednesdays to me. Anybody else want to compare a calendar?
Okay, my bad. Sorry.
Okay. Phew. Ooh. Ha. Okay. So let's go down the list. Anybody want to volunteer before I call out your name and sign up for a date?
Kevin and I will pick the April 15th dates, if that's okay.
April 15th. Awesome. Kevin. and Kevin. Perfect. So this is not going to be your finished product that you're bringing in. You're just going to bring in a part to record in class. Your finished product will be due May 12th. So starting May 11th, you're just going to be working on your final project.
I can do April 29th.
Awesome.
I can do something a bit on the earlier side.
Awesome. You want to do the 11th or 18th?
I don't know. I have to check what days I can.
And everybody's going to be coming into class. Just because you're not a composer, you'll still be coming into class. But this will be your day to like focus on your piece. Joseph, you have a question.
Yeah, I'm a little confused about the final project. Is everyone's participating in each student's final project, or how does that work?
Somewhat. So so Kevin's going to go on April 15th. There will be one of you will be the producer, one of you will be the instrumentalist, one of you will be the engineer, one of you will be the assistant engineer, and one of you will be setting up and breaking down, and then vice versa. So here there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there's 12 roles that day. That leaves 3 or 4 of you not doing anything. You can go to the computer lab that day and work on your final project, or you can, actively participate and, cheer your classmates on, or, offer your musical advice. But everybody will have a role for the most part each day.
All right. Hi, Jessica. Either the 11th or the 18th are both fine for me.
All right. I'm going to put you on the 11th because I feel like not many people will volunteer for that.
Okay.
I believe in you. Okay.
Mhm.
I do have one question. If I was gonna sing for Kevin's song, should we not go the same day?
No, you can go the same day. It's just
Okay. I didn't know if we were doing it at the same time or something. So
yeah. And if you want to perform on your own piece, you're more than welcome to do that as well. This is like your prized possession for this semester, and you're doing it for you. So make it how you want it. And the best you can do. We're just here to support it. So who else do we have here? We have AJ. When do you want to go?
I can go on the 22nd.
The 22nd. Okay. All right. Aurelie.
I think the 25th of March.
25th of March. Okay. Awesome. Finn.
Can I do the 29th, please?
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Who else do we have here? Jack.
Can I do the 18th?
Yep. Jack. Okay, we're getting down there. Joseph, when do you want to go?
I'll do the 22nd, but by then I'm supposed to have just the whole track ready, or how does?
You don't have to have the whole track ready. I would have, it pretty well fleshed out by that point, because starting on March 11th, you're going to be just working on the final project for this class. So it's not due until May 13th. But that's when we're going to be focusing on your piece.
Okay, thank you.
Preston, when do you want to go?
Can I do March 25th?
Yes. Okay, and who else am I missing? Janelle.
I guess I can do May 6th.
Okay.
That's on a Wednesday, right?
Yes, they're all on Wednesdays.
Oh, wait, actually, is it okay if I do earlier then? Like March
Yeah.
18th?
Of course. Okay. And did we get everybody? I think we got everybody who's here. Missing a couple people. So I'll just put in Thomas here, or I'll let him pick. Okay. And then I think there's one other person. All right, perfect. My other housekeeping question is, next week we're going to start recording audio. And if you don't have an interface or a microphone or headphones and you want to rent one from the school, I just have to give them a heads up on who's going to rent one. You can keep it, you pick it up from the music office and you can keep it for the whole semester. So if you don't have your own audio equipment, it's a really good tool to use. Yes, so Janelle, you want to have one? Anybody else? Want to rent one?
What is an interface?
So let me show you in 1 second. And where's mine? Gotta find mine. I don't remember where I put it. Oh, here it is. Okay, so it basically goes between your computer and the microphone. So you hook up your computer, a cord into your computer that goes into your interface, which is this, and it makes a cleaner signal. And then you hook your microphone into this. So it's kind of like a middleman for recording.
Okay. All right. I only have like a really crappy like USB mic.
Yeah.
I should probably rent the school's mic, right?
I think it would help you. And why not get a little more high quality?
I don't know if it even plugs into the interface is kind of what I'm saying. I don't really know.
Yeah,
It'll work.
yeah, and I think also sometimes Pro Tools has a hard time recognizing USB mics.
Okay.
Some students in the past have had a little difficulty with that. So is it necessary?
Okay. So yeah, I guess put me down for that.
All right. And Jessica, is it necessary for a MIDI mic to work? What do you mean by that?
Is the interface needed? Like I have
Oh.
I have a USB mic that I can plug in. Will it work without the interface?
Make sure it works with Pro Tools because some of the MIDI microphones or the USB microphones, Pro Tools for some reason doesn't recognize them.
Cool.
So just you can double check today and then let me know if it works or not. And then you would check in the playback engine. But I think it would be best to rent one if anybody is questioning. So I have Janelle, Kevin, and Finn, and Joseph. Anybody else? Okay, great. Well, that settles that. Probably here. Right. And all right, we're moving into sound. So sound is when something is struck, plucked, or chucked, it causes vibrations which we perceive as sound. Vibrations cause a change in the surrounding air pressure, causing a combination of high pressure and low pressure, aka compression and rarefaction. This repeats, causing sound waves. The degree of displacement measures the amplitude, and that is measured in decimals, which means the volume. Frequency, which is the pitch, is how many cycles per second, or hertz per second makes the frequency. Sorry. So a 440 cycles per second will sound like an A. And then the waveform is the sound shape, and how it alters over time is what makes it unique. So an A on the piano sounds different from an A on the guitar because the sound waves are different on each instrument in the way it displaces the sound. So here is low pitch sound waves, moves really slow, and high pitch sounds move very fast. Amplitude is the relative strength of the sound wave, which we perceive as loudness or volume. Amplitude is measured in dBs, which refer to the sound pressure level or intensity. Pro Tools defaults everything to 0 dB, and you generally don't want to push your fader above 0 dB because it sounds a little distorted at times. So the lower the sound wave, the quieter it is. The higher the sound wave, the louder it is. And once we take a look at waveforms in Pro Tools, it'll all make sense. So sample rates capture a frequency per second. So when you opened up Pro Tools in your dashboard, you picked your sample rate and bit depth. This is what we're referring to. So in order to capture audio, that sample rate must be twice the frequency. So 20 hertz is the lowest a human ear can hear. The sample rate should be 40 to 20 kilohertz, the highest pitch the ear can hear. the sample rate should be at least 40K. To capture the full range of the human ear, Pro Tools uses a sample rate of 44.1 kilohertz and captures 44,100 cycles per second. Bit depth is the number of bits available for each sample. The higher the bit depth, the higher quality the audio. Larger bit depths allow us to capture a large dynamic range. So for CDs, we generally pick 16 bits, and for film scores, it's generally 24 bits. So to sum it all up, sample rate is the number of audio samples recorded per unit of time, and bit depth measures how precisely the samples are encoded. And here you can see it's pretty much little snapshots of the audio waves that Pro Tools is taking when you record your audio. And so for a CD, it doesn't capture as much as a high resolution, just because the quality of CD doesn't need to be that high. But when you're doing film, because it goes on the big screen and with giant speakers, you generally want higher resolution. So there's certain types of waveforms. Sine, triangle, sawtooth, and pulse are synthetic waveforms. Just remember, I should be recording this. I don't think I am. Oh, I am. Yay. All right. Are the four most commonly utilized synthesizer waveforms. Sine waves represent the pure tone of a signal frequency, which is called the fundamental. The other waveforms have added harmonics or overtones that take place above the fundamental. This can be add brightness, complexity, and texture to the sound. And we'll take a look at what all these sound like in a minute. Triangle waveforms and square waves both contain only odd harmonics, but their amplitude decreases with different rates. Each successive harmonic in a square wave is a third lower in amplitude and about a tenth as low as in triangle waves. And sawtooth waves are the most harmonically rich because they have harmonics that integer above the fundamental. So we are gonna, actually, I'll just show you the frequency chart. This is, if you want to refer to that, it tells you what the kilohertz are for each frequency. Oopsie. Right here. Oops. Oh, where did it go? There we go. So C is 16.35 kilohertz. If you double that, you get an octave above. If you double that, you get an octave above. If you double that, you get an octave above. So you double the frequency or the kilohertz, and you will get an octave above whatever note you're at. So let's go over to Pro Tools, open a new session. And we're going to hear what this sounds like. This one. And let me know when everybody has Pro Tools open. All right. Does everybody have Pro Tools open?
Yes.
Awesome. So we are going to create an audio track. So does anybody remember the quick key for creating a track? Oops. Okay.
Command Shift N.
Exactly. My screen just popped out. Hold on. So everybody do Command Shift N. Oopsie. Okay. All right. And should we pick mono or stereo for audio tracks? What do you guys think?
Stereo.
Good guess, but we're actually going to do mono because if you think about when you're recording audio, you're just generally using one microphone. So that would be mono, one. Good try. All right, and then go to create. All right. Then highlight somewhere in your track, in your audio track. And just make sure I have set to zoom. I'm sharing my screen. Okay. Just want to share my sound. Okay. So highlight a portion of your track, then go up to Audio Suite and down to Other, and then down to Signal Generator. And this window will pop up. Then turn down the volume on your computer because it'll be piercing. And if you hit this little button right here, you will hear a sine wave. And it's set at 1000 hertz. So you can raise it up and test your hearing. You can also turn down the volume right here. And then hear a square sine wave, your sawtooth, your triangle, white noise, pink noise. And then if you want to print it, you would go to render right here and it will print your sine wave. You can actually see it. Here.
Professor, I don't hear anything when I
Oh,
click the button.
did
It's
you
also lagging a lot.
did you highlight a portion of your track?
Yes, yeah.
Professor, how do we highlight?
So use the selector tool right here and highlight it like that. Finn, try going to where you would put a plugin on and go down to Signal Generator that way
Okay.
and see if that pops up. Okay, sorry, everybody.
It pops up, but it doesn't have the the little thing to press play on it.
You want to share your screen quick?
Yeah, sure.
So everybody just go through and see what the different hertz sound like. And
Oh, it just won't stop playing now. Oh God, I have to turn that off. Okay. Yeah, so I have it. It just doesn't have the little
Oh yeah.
thing there,
Let's
and
do that.
it just won't stop playing.
Okay, where it says level, you can turn it down so you're not hearing it so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll turn this back up then.
Yeah. So I've actually, in a recording one time, I used the white noise very low in the mix, and it gives it like a vinyl kind of crackle sound. It was the one time I've used.
Wait, how do I put it in the thing? Like
on the track?
Yeah.
Okay, so you highlight part of your track,
Mm-hmm.
and you made an audio track, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, and then go up to Audio Suite.
Okay.
And down to Other.
Mm-hmm.
And then down to Signal Generator.
Okay.
And you don't
what
have
do I do with that?
Do you have this little microphone?
I have that now. Yeah.
Okay, so then you press play.
It doesn't do anything.
That's weird. Well, it's
I
not
mean,
that.
it eventually, like the little thing popped up eventually to show that it was playing something, but I didn't hear anything, and it took like a good 10 seconds.
Oh, well, it's not that big a deal because this is just an exercise to get ourselves familiar with what pitch a hertz is. So I can play it.
Okay, so I don't really.
Yeah, the only time I've ever used this is I printed it actually under a track. I printed white noise and it gave it like a vinyl kind of sound, like a crackle song sound, but that's the only time I've used
Okay.
signal generator. Other people have used signal generators. They make like a very low, they do what's called a side chain and they double the bass. So say your bass is let me go to here. Your bass is the pitch of whatever 273 is, and they side chain their bass to double it to give it really a low rumble. And then they just print on their track just a bunch of low notes. But
cool.
What I wanted you guys to hear is the difference between all these signal waves and then the different pitches. Anybody test their hearing? Can hear very loud or very high, I mean. Okay. Questions on the signal generator? So what we're going to do next is go to the Google Classroom and Classroom. And then under week 4 assignment. Under editing assignment, sorry. Download this folder right here, the week 4 audio editing assignment. So you click on it, then open in zip extractor. And you'll have all this. And then throw it on your desktop. Download it. And let me know when you guys all have it downloaded. And on your desktop.
Wait, I'm sorry. Can you repeat how to download it again?
Yes, so you go to the Google Classroom under editing assignment. And here, you're going to download this onto your desktop. And then everybody just give me a thumbs up when you have downloaded. Right. Preston's good. AJ's good. Is everybody making out? Give you a couple more minutes.
Like, am I supposed to have like a zip extractor
Yeah.
on my computer?
You should just be able to hit it and download it, and then it will open to a zip extractor on the internet, I think.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Mhm. Okay, so does everybody have a Pro Tools session open, a new one that they named week 4 assignment, or the date in the assignment? Give me a thumbs up when you have it downloaded, and then a new Pro Tools session open for week 4. Daughter's good. And then, yes, extract the folder after you download it. So put the folder on your desktop or in your RSF folder. Okay. So what we're going to do next is we are going to import this audio that we just downloaded into your new Pro Tools file. So there's a couple ways that we can do this. We can import the audio just by importing the audio files, or we can import the session, which if you import the session, you'll save all the markers that somebody put in, the tempo, everything. So first we're going to try and import the session. So what we're going to do is go up to File, and down to Import, and then Session Data. And then you're going to hit OK. Then you're going to go find where your download is. So it should say week 4 audio editing assignment, and double click on it. Then you will click on the PTX file and hit open. And you should see this. And everybody let me know when you get to this point. Okay, good. Preston's there.
Sorry, can you go back over those steps, please?
Yes, of course. Okay, so I have my new Pro Tools session open. I'm going to go up to File, and then down to Import, and then Import Session Data. And then I'll click on it, and then I will find wherever the folder that you downloaded off the Google Classroom is. So week 4 audio editing assignment. And then I will click on the PTX file within that folder. And then I'll hit open. And this window will pop up.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Everybody else here? Okay. So if you see over here, it has tempo, meter map, key signature, memory location, markers, all this. So if you're importing a session where somebody put markers in, but has a tempo map, change of tempo, you're going to want to import all that information there. Here's where all the tracks are. So you're going to want to import those tracks. So if I click on it, it will go to new track. If I hold down shift and click on the last one, it will pop them all up into new tracks. So everybody make sure they're highlighted. If you already tracks in your session, you can just pick where the track is, but for the most part, we're just going to be doing new track. And then you're going to hit OK. This is really good for if for some reason you keep getting an error message when you're trying to open a session. It's good to open a new session, then you can import the old session into it and it will hopefully fix your kinks. But sometimes when one of you sends me a folder and or a Pro Tool session and for some reason I can't open it, I open up a new session and import your session in so it meets my parameters within my computer. And then you hit OK. And it'll take a minute to load in all the tracks. And you will see all the audio tracks pop in here.
Oh, Miss, I'm having trouble downloading all the files because I downloaded, but it shows me as like many files, not like just as a single folder. Or
So you're just getting some audio files. What are the files called?
I got a lot. Clarinet stem, drop stem, bass stem.
Okay, that's okay. So if that happened to you, Jack, and if it happened to anybody else, this is the other option that you can do. So if you don't have a Pro Tool session and you just have the stems, they're called, then you can import just the audio. So you would go up to File, and then down to Import, and then down to Audio. So instead of picking session data, you do audio and click OK. Then you find where it said clarinet, Jack, and it's under audio files here. And then under Pro Tools intro, I think you can only have 8 audio files. So just pick 8 of them. Make sure you have the kick in there. So select 6, 7, 8 of them. And then you're going to want to go copy all. So you're copying them over into your new Pro Tools session. And then you hit open. And you can see that they're copying into your audio file here in your Pro Tools session. And then it'll ask you if you want to do it on a new clip or on the clip list and where you want them to start. So you can start them in the middle of your session, or it's probably good to start at the beginning. Then you hit OK. That's okay. We'll just stamp the files. That's fine. And they will pop in that way. Question. Import the session, Joshua? Or do you want to do it that way? So to import using a session, yes, import the session. So that would be importing the audio. If you want to import the session, you go up to File, down to Import, down to Session Data. And then you pick the PTX file. and then hit open. And then over here are the tempo, all your rulers. So you're going to want to check them if you're importing a session that somebody's included these into their session. And then here's your tracks. Here's your stems. So you go up here, and then if you hold down shift and go all the way to the bottom, it will select all of them. You're only going to want to select 8 if you're in Pro Tools intro. And then you hit OK, and it will import into your session. The third and easiest way you can do it is you can find the audio, folder that you downloaded before. So here's my Pro Tools folder. I open it up. Here's my Pro Tools file. Here are my audio files. I can pick them and I can just drag them into my session. And that will work as well. So does everybody have these stems in a new Pro Tools session?
No, Professor, I'm really struggling finding the files.
Oh, on the Google Classroom?
Can I share my screen?
Absolutely. I'm not seeing it yet.
I can't yet.
That's okay. Everybody else have their session?
It doesn't look the same on my end.
Do you want to share your screen?
Sure, just give me a sec.
Okay. Oh, so this is a good lesson because this is what happens if you send me just the PTX file and I don't have your audio files, this is what it'll show. So let's start over and delete those files. So if you highlight the name of them, yeah. Yes, and you can actually select them all by clicking on one, holding down shift, and then go to the top one and hold down shift and go up to piano stem. Oh. Or maybe not, or just do it the way you were doing it. Yeah. Okay, so show me what you did. Oh, I can't see your drop-down menus. Okay. And this. Okay. And then you selected all the tracks. Oh, can hit now. Okay. Okay, what I think you did is I think you pulled just the PTX file off the Google Classroom and you didn't pull the audio files off the Google Classroom. So you want to make sure that when you go to the Google Classroom, that you get hold on. And this open. Okay. So when you get here, and it's extracting. You want to make sure you take these off the Google Classroom right here. Not just, you just took this down here, which is great, but this is what you also need.
Oh, sorry. Am I still sharing my screen?
No.
No. Okay.
Yeah, I took over. Sorry. So on the Google Classroom, download these, the bass, piano, drops, piano, all those.
So then, once you import the PTX file, you import that after and it'll overlap in the same way?
So once you, and so if I go to my Pro Tools file and I have this here and I start with a blank session. You could, once you download those audio files, you could just go to the audio folder. So you download the whole folder right here. Week 4. And under audio files, what might be easiest for you is just to select 6 of them, and then you can drag and drop them right in. Does that make sense? Oh, I'm not sharing my screen. Sorry.
I'm gonna try to do what you said.
Yes. So just go to download the audio files. Make sure you have those on your computer. And then once you have those on your computer and your RSF file, you'll have hopefully a whole folder that says week 4 audio editing assignment. Double click on it, and in the audio files folder, select some of the stems and drag them in right into your Pro Tools session.
So, do I not do the PTX thing? I don't import that?
Yeah, you don't have to. That's just one way you could do it. That's good to know how to do, because if you're importing somebody else's session, you can say, you can import their markers, you can import their tempo, you can import all the other information other than the tracks. But for this assignment, you can get by just importing the audio. Eduardo, how you doing? You want to share?
Yes.
And Josh, it probably wasn't able to import the bass because I think you have a track limit of 8 tracks. So I cut that one out. It picked to strip that one. Yeah, so open that up.
And zip extractor.
You can go open with at the top. And then zip extractor. Yeah. Just take a minute. Scroll up. Let me retransfer you the files. Does anybody else having trouble getting them off the Google Classroom? Because I can retransfer them. Okay, so Eduardo, I'm just going to retransfer you the files.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. And what's your email again? Hold on one second. Let me just put it in the thing. I'm just going to retransfer you the audio files, and you can drag and drop them in. And what's your email, Eduardo?
I'll write it down right now.
Okie dokie. Ooh, that could be- Everybody else have okay. The files uploaded. Okay, it should be there in like it says 4 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. How's everybody else doing? All right. Well, let's take a break. We'll come back at 6:40 and then we'll figure out what to do with these files.
De qué hablas? ¿Cómo voy a poner aceite? Agua te creo, pero aceite, what are you talking about? Tú no, you can't just, el aceite se pone por abajo, Juan. Depends on the car. It's not that easy, o sea, no es de poner aceite nada más. No, no, estoy estresado. Just stressed out. De, de, de clases. Sí, sí. Y el carro. See you later, all right? That,
Did you get everything uploaded, Eduardo?
Yes, I downloaded it, but I can't transfer them to Pro Tools.
Just when you drag and drop them. Did you try that?
Yes, but can I show you
Yeah,
my screen?
absolutely.
Okay.
The files.
So it's here, but
Okay.
you see, I can't select it for some reason.
Okay, so go to your Finder window. So get out of Pro Tools. And you have to unzip the file.
Wait,
Yeah. So cancel that. Go to cancel under there. Oh, yeah. Hit cancel. Okay. And now go to your desktop.
oh,
Yeah, and go over to the Finder box all the way to the left. On the bottom.
the Finder?
Yeah, the Finder window. So to the left on the bottom, yes, that. Double click on that. Okay, and then go down to downloads. There, yep. Okay, and then find that folder. It should be at the top. Okay, type in editing assignment into the search on the right. Top right, yeah.
Editing?
Yes. Or actually, I think it downloaded as audio. So type in audio. Where are the downloads? Try downloading it one more time. From WeTransfer. I think you need to plug in your computer too. Might.
Yes.
Okay. Nearly ready. Okay, go to download. Okay, and then at the top right under where it says Zoom, you see that little arrow with the circle around it? Down where it says verify it's you, to the left of that. On the right, top right.
Top right.
Yes, to the left, and then you see the arrow with the yes. Oh, you just passed it to the right of that. Yes, right there. Click on that. Okay, that's where it's downloading.
Yes, I mean, I downloaded 2 times already.
Oh, wait. Okay, so click on one of the ones that's already downloaded. Yeah, just hit that button. Double click that. You can
Doesn't
actually
work.
you can drag that onto your desktop. So if you minimize your screen a little bit. Make it smaller, or not all the way. Yeah, make it just a little half screen.
I'm so sorry, Professor. I mean, it's just the first time I'm using a Mac. I just
That's
got
okay.
this 2 weeks ago.
It's a learning curve. It's all the same, but they're in different spots, so it makes it harder. So open up that window again. Your Google
Which
window
one?
that has the downloads on it. Where was that in Safari? I think it's over by your trash. So your little trash bin. Oh, okay. Here. Okay, audio files. See where it says audio files? Drag
Yes.
that onto your desktop. Yeah, so get out of Chrome. Okay. Click out of there. Yeah. Okay, now drag the audio files onto your desktop. To the left, right there. Okay. Where'd it go? Yes. Okay. Keep going.
I have a lot of things here.
You do have a lot of things.
I
Oh,
think
there
it's
it is.
this
There
one.
it is. Yeah, so double click on it. You can just double click on it too. Oh,
Okay.
put it on your desktop. Yep, that's good too. Okay, so now it's on your desktop.
Mm-hmm.
So click out of your Finder. Click the red circle at the top of the window that you're opening. Oh. Up to the left. Yeah, click right there, and then the red circle. Click out.
Close it.
Yep, close it. Okay, now find the audio files on your desktop. Oh, they're at the bottom. Yep, right there. Bottom right. They're in the bottom row, all on the left. Up one row. See the files on your desktop? So you have a bunch of screenshots, and it's to the left of your screenshots under native access. Go to the right. To the right, to the right. It's not on that level. It's one up.
What if I go to Pro Tools?
First you got to unzip the file. So get out of Pro Tools for a sec. Minimize that. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So see audio files.
Audio files.
It's on the bottom to the right. Go to the right. Keep going to the right, to the right, to the right, to the right, and now up. Up. Right there. Double click that. Double click it. Yes. And that will unzip your file. Okay. That is where the audio file. So now go to Pro Tools.
It's not opening now.
It is. It's just weird. Click on that right there. Right click on it by holding Control.
Okay.
And then go up to Options. Okay, actually go down to by your trash where you see the little Pro Tools icon. Yeah, window,
Yeah.
open that, hit that. Open. There you go. Okay, now go to File. And then down to Import, yep. And then down to Audio.
Oh.
Yeah. Cancel, hit cancel out of there. Perfect. So File. Down to Import. And then Audio. Okay, and then go to your desktop. There you go. Okay. For some reason it's not showing what's on your click out of that and make your Pro Tools screen. So go to cancel. Yeah, make your Pro Tools screen smaller. So on the bottom right, you can just make it a little bit smaller so you can see your desktop. I think that made it bigger. Yeah. So if you go to the bottom right-hand corner, you can make the bottom right-hand corner of the window of Pro Tools.
Just like
yeah,
this.
Perfect. So you can see that audio files folder. Yeah, move it all the way over.
Was it this one?
It's no, it's kind of right underneath where you are. Yeah. So maybe move it the other way. Yes, there you go. Okay, now open that blue folder right there. Okay, perfect. Now click, drag and click the top row. or click like 8 of them and hold down shift. Yeah. Perfect. Okay, now, and then hold down shift and click kick stem.
Click what? I'm sorry.
Kick stem. So hold down the shift
Oh.
button on your keyboard and click shift kick stem as well. Okay, now drag them into your Pro Tools session. Yeah, perfect. Okay,
Import.
and import. Perfect. And this, just bring them to the front of your, or the beginning of your session. By just dragging them. Yep, perfect. Okay.
Activate.
I would just hit cancel. Try dragging again. Or you can just leave them where they are for this. It doesn't matter. Melanine's a tuning thing, so I'm not sure why it would have that. Or do Command X.
Okay.
Okay, then hit return on your keyboard.
Mm-hmm.
So you, or rewind, so you go to bar 1. Yeah, click the beginning. Okay, and then do Command V. And then hit OK. All right, click out of that and just do Command Z, and then we'll work with them where they live right now. Yeah, and then just leave it there.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. Yeah, it's hard adjusting to a new system. Okay, so let's learn a little bit about audio before we dive in. Oops. All right. So stems. Stems are what you just imported into your session. Stems are recordings sourced from mixes of multiple individual tracks, such as drums, vocals, or bass. They're audio tracks. For example, a drum stem will typically be a stereo audio file that sounds like all the drum tracks mixed together. So when you send somebody a session and you want them to mix it, which means make the levels, you're going to send them each individual track partitioned out. It's different than a bounce. A bounce is you're exporting them all together. Stems are you're exporting them instrument by instrument, or instrument group by instrument group. So what we're going to be working on today before we actually record audio is we're going to edit audio. So editing audio is different than MIDI editing. MIDI editing, you can basically change the pitch, the tempo, the speed in MIDI editing. And audio editing, the purpose is to fix little mistakes, clips, pops, breaths. You can't, unless you have special programs like Melodyne, you can't switch the pitch or the tempo of what has been recorded. You can also make a shorter version, cut out measures. So you can edit audio, but you don't have as much control as you do with MIDI editing. So waveforms show the shape of the sound. So in your Pro Tools session, you will see these are the waveforms, and they are each unique because they sound different. And when they're played, they displace the air differently. So a bass will sound different than a piano, will sound different than a kick drum. The transient is the beginning of the sound. So it's the attack. So unlike a snare drum, the transient is when the stick hits the snare. Okay, your ears are okay. So if we look in Pro Tools, if you hit the tab button on your keyboard, it will tab to transient. So it will tab to the attack if you hit the tab button, which will be important in a second when we go to beat detector. So what we're going to be working on and what you're going to do for the homework is you're basically just going to edit some of this audio. It's not, you don't have to do it perfectly. We just want to work our way around how to do audio editing before we actually record some audio. So does anybody remember the command for splitting a track?
Command E.
Yes, gold star for you. Okay, so I will select what I want to cut, and then I will Command E. And this will let me isolate this one bass note. Once I do that, I'm able to raise, this is called clip gain. So say like it's recorded really softly, and then I have this note is recorded at a decent level, but I want to bump up this note right here. What I would do is I would isolate it, so Command E, and then I would just hit a little clip. I would clip gain it right down here. You can see individual numbers right here. Then what I would want to do is I would want to put a fader on it, because once you cut something, there's going to be like there could be a little clip or click sound. So what you're going to do is you're going to add a crossfader in. And how you add a crossfader in is you go to where the bottom of where the split is, and this little box will pop up, and you just drag it and it adds a crossfade. So it smooths out the cut. You can double click on this and allows you to add different shapes to your crossfade. I like the equal power personally. If you're at the end of a track and you want to do a fade, you do the top of the track. So you would do it as such. So to do a fade in between a clip, do the bottom. At the end or the beginning, you do the top. And to erase it, you would just use your grabber, grab it, and then you can get rid of your clip gain that way, or your fade that way. What else? Oh, okay. So it's good when editing audio to use slip mode, because then you have more control. And so say I'm in slip mode, I want to just say the bass player is playing just a little behind the beat. In slip mode, I can nudge it forward. Anybody remember the nudge quick key?
The greater than, less than.
Yes, exactly. So right now I'm set to nudge it a bar at a time. If I want to nudge it just by 64th notes, I'll pick that, and then it just slowly nudges it down this way and that way. Say I delete this, and I didn't want it at one point, but then I did want it at another point. You can recall the audio by just using the trimmer tool, and it'll remember the audio recorded. And then, so everybody practice those three things first. So isolate a note, make sure you can recall it, delete it, recall it. Then sampling, that is, say the bass player played on this note and this note, but say I'm like, I want him to do like a double beat right there. I could hit Option and paste it and sample that note and add it in. So it's not a note he recorded, but I could add it in that way. So I'm sampling something. I'm taking something in and add it where it wasn't originally recorded. So for now, everybody just make sure you can do slip edit mode, trim, sample something, use the clip gain, and make sure you can do both the fades within, do the cross fades, and then the fade out or fade in. Let's just take 5 minutes to do that.
Can you just show the fade one more time?
Absolutely.
It didn't pop up for me. I couldn't find it.
Yeah, it's a small little box, so it's kind of hard to find. So nudging. I'll just go over here. So once I isolate a clip, and then I do Command E, if it's within the clip, the fade will be in the bottom, right where the cut was made. It's a little box, and then you just pull it. And then to change what kind of fade it makes, you double click on it, and you can do an equal power, standard, an S curve, whatever you want. And then if you're at the beginning or the end of a clip, the fade is at the top. And then you just pull and drag it.
Just like out of curiosity, what's like the difference between using the fade at the beginning and the end? I know they have like two different like lines, but like is there any difference or do they just do the same thing?
That's a great question. So a fade at the end would be if you want the music to like slowly get quieter. I use fades at the beginning when like maybe something like a string quartet comes in too loudly. And I kind of want them to like slowly come in under the melody. So kind of fade into it and then have it like a build up. So you want them to kind of be there, but not in full bloom until later on.
Okay, thank you.
That's a great question. Yeah, fades at the end are more common.
Are we editing just one stem or are we editing the whole song?
For your homework, you're going to edit a lot of them, but for right now, just make sure you know what you're doing for the homework. Okay, so beat detective. So beat detective, you're going to want to do on some rhythmic element. It's basically quantizing for audio, and it's kind of clunky. It doesn't really work that well, but it's good for drums or something that you really want in time. So hopefully you uploaded the kick. I don't know if I did. Okay, let me pull in the kick. Import audio and kick. Copy. Okay. So you could do the kick or the drops or whatnot. New. Okay. Okay. So what you would do is first you have to find the tempo. So once you find the tempo, and you can find the tempo by highlighting tempo up here. And then if you hit the T, play the back of the song, hit the T and tap to the tempo, and it will give you close to the tempo. Or if you're metronomic, it will give you dead on. So what you would do with Beat Detective is you would highlight the track you want to use Beat Detective on. You would go to Window and then down to, oh wait, hold on. Where did it go? Oh, sorry, Event, and then to Beat Detective. And then you hit clip separation. And here are the directions right now. You would hit select clip, capture selection. Then you analyze the selection. you adjust the sensitivity and you separate. So I have my clip. I capture the selection. Then I'm going to analyze it. And right now the sensitivity is 0. If I pull up the sensitivity, you will see that these little markers, they're basically like scissors, where the scissor is going to cut. And you're going to want it, if you do it here, it's not going to make all the cuts you want. So you want to do it just enough where it hits everything. If you do it too much, then you're going to be chopping it up too much. So hit where you think it's good. You see it's going to cut where it needs to be cut. And then you hit separate. And you will see that it cut everything into different clips.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you repeat it again? Like, where do I have to
Absolutely.
go?
So I'm going to go to, whoops, like this. Okay. So I'm going to go to event and then down to beat detective. Then I'm going to do clip separation right here. Capture selection. Then you can hit analyze. And then under sensitivity, select till the transients, all the transients look like they've been identified. And then you hit separate. And you should see separate clips. You'll know they're separate clips by you'll see the different clip gain markers. Then you're going to go to clip conform. And I'm going to pick 8th notes here. And that's what it will quantize to. And then you hit conform. And everything will shift to the nearest 8th note. And then if you zoom in, you're going to see all these gaps, and it's going to sound really bad because it's going to be dead space, dead sound right there. So what you're going to want to pick now is edit smoothing. You capture your selection and then go to fill. So it'll fill in the gaps and it'll add crossfades in. And then you can pick how long you want your crossfade. So you can pick 5 milliseconds, 10 milliseconds, whatever you want, and then hit smooth, and it will fill in the gaps and add little crossfades to them. Anybody want me to do that again? Okay, no problem. Okay, so I have my clip here. And I'm going to do, you're going to want to pick something rhythmic that's not very melodic. So I'm going to go to clip separation. So I'll go up to event and then down to beat detective and then do clip separation, capture selection. And then under sensitivity, I'm going to slide this fader, and then you'll see the higher the percentage goes, the more transients will be identified, and where it hits at about 21 for me, that's where I'm going to want to make the cuts. So I make the cuts by hitting separate, and everything has been cut. Then I'm going to go to clip conform. I have it set to 8th notes, and I'll hit capture selection, and then I'll hit conform, and you'll see everything shift to the nearest 8th note. And then I'm going to want to smooth everything out. So I'll go to edit smoothing and then make sure that fill and crossfades is selected. I have it set to the crossfades are going to be 5 milliseconds each. And then I'm going to hit smooth. The last thing you'll need to do for your homework is you're going to have to shorten the piece. So a fast way to do that is, say you want to take out a section, just you identified that as the one I'm not have that anymore. all I have to do is select what I don't want, and I can go to shuffle and then hit delete, and it'll slide everything over. And then you're going to want to add crossfades in to the cut to make it smoother. Any questions? Okay, so for next week, you will be telling me about your final project. It has just short little something, get the ball rolling, and then make sure you have audio equipment. So Jessica, do you know if your mic's working?
I'm not home right now, so I don't have
Okay.
it. I'll be able to check when I get home.
Okay, so let me know. And then for the editing assignment, you're going to find what the tempo is. You all should have renamed the project by now. Add markers. So what's the, verse, chorus, or whatnot. Sample a percussive instrument. So isolate like maybe the kick sound or a bass and add it somewhere else. Add faders in. Adjust the clip gains. Make the piece shorter and use Beat Detective. And be sure to send me the whole Pro Tools session folder, not just the file. We'll lose points if you don't send me the whole folder. Any questions on all these points? We'll take the rest of the class. You guys can get started on it. You're not going to be, using this piece. You're just going to, it's for practice. So it doesn't have to be perfect, but I just want to see that you can do all these points. So don't kill yourself spending forever on it. Joseph.
How do you add markers?
Add markers, good question. So up here where it says markers, say part B starts right here. I would just hit plus.
No, I don't think it's on the software.
Oh, okay, sorry. Okay, so say part B starts right here. I would go to plus right there, hit where it says markers, hit the marker, and then B section, type in B section.
Thank you.
No problem. Any other questions? I'll put the bullet points in the Google Classroom, in the chat right here, so you guys can all get started on it. And then ask me questions if they come up.
For sampling the percussive instrument, could you explain that a little more? I'm sorry.
Yes. So to sample a percussive instrument, so say I have my kick right here. So say I have it on I don't know what's on the beat 1. Say I want it on beat 1 and 2. What I would do is, or beat 1 and 3, I would isolate it. So I would do Command E to isolate it, and I can hit Option and just drag it. Oh, I'm in shuffle mode, sorry. I'll go to slip mode. I can drag it over and put it on beat 3. So you're basically taking something that was already recorded and copying it and using it somewhere else.
Thank you.
No problem. All right, so get cracking. You might be able to finish it before class is over, or you can take it home with you and enjoy the process.
Is the reduction of the length of the track, like, is it a specific amount that you want to shorten, or
No,
does
just
it matter?
show me that you can shorten it. So just make it smooth. So take one section and get rid of it. Or take one beat or bar or something. This is just an exercise to show that you got a handle on these bullet points.
Can you like explain how to find the tempo again? I just didn't understand it earlier. You said like you hit T, but I didn't understand what T was.
No problem. So up here where it says tempo, you
Hmm.
highlight what tempo is already there and play the track and hit T to the beat of the track. So you're tapping
Okay.
the tempo. Yeah. You have to be out of AZ focus though. So turn this off.
Okay.
Yeah.
So through pressing T, it's just gonna give you different tempo options.
It doesn't allow you to, did you hit play?
Yeah, I'm playing it, but when you said you press the letter T on the keyboard, does that mean that there's like preset tempo options, or is it just you're pressing T until you find one that matches?
You're pressing T. So you're playing the song and hitting the T well to the beat.
Thank you.
No problem.
Miss,
Yeah.
I need some help with the first thing you were teaching us with the creating the box and highlighting and then creating like
Okay. Yep. So that you would go to here and you would isolate. So if you just want to be in the selector tool right here,
mhm.
and then you would highlight what you want to cut and then hit Command E.
Okay. And after that, like, how do you add um because I remember you like added like a box in it like that had like an X in there or something.
Oh, the crossfade. So
Yes.
you would go back to your smart tool and then at the bottom where the cut is at the bottom, there's a little box and you can add the crossfade there and you just pull
Oh.
it and that will
Oh.
smooth out the track. So there's not like a click or a pop
Oh.
when you play it back.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Hmm? Joseph.
How do we verify if we got the right tempo? Because I just tried it, but I don't know whether it was right or wrong.
You should hear the kick line up with it. So make sure the grid is where the kick hits.
Okay, because my kick is all the way at the end of the track, so I should be waiting till then, or should I be moving it forward?
Do you want to share your screen? Or
Yeah.
so let me show you. So what you would want to do is the kick should be right. Let me show you. Hold on. Let me just show you on here. So the kick should line up right with the grid. So it should be, let me turn on this easy focus. Okay. So you're going to want to adjust the tempo. So the grid kind of, you'll know you're close when the grid hits where the kick is. Somebody else. Joshua, you had a question? What did you want me to go over again?
Oh yeah, sorry. I was wondering if you could go over to find out the tempo again. I'm kind of confused.
Oh, the tempo? Okay. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna play the song and turn off your AZ focus. And you're gonna play the song and highlight up here where it says tempo and tap the T on your keyboard to the beat of the song. Right? And then you should get pretty close. So you can see the tempo is moving around as I was tapping to the beat.
Can you go over clip gains?
Yes.
Is it just like adjusting the volume of like a clip?
Yes, exactly. So
Okay.
whatever you chop up, you'll see there's, if I put a little cut right here, you'll see this little fader down here. Decimals, dB means decimals, which is volume. And you can adjust the volume. So this is called clip gain. So if anything's too quiet or too loud, you can adjust it that way. And then you would add a crossfade wherever you made the cut.
Okay. I guess okay, that's easy. Thank you for explaining it.
No
The
problem.
last thing, I don't understand what you mean by sampling a percuss per sorry, I don't know why I'm stuck on my words, but instrument.
Yeah, so what you would do is you would isolate, say the kick right here, and it's happening on the 1. So say I wanted to happen on the 1 and 3, I would isolate it by cutting it. So I did Command E. And then I can hold down the Option key to copy it, and I would just drag it to beat 3. And then I would add in crossfades.
All right, thank
So
you.
you're taking something that was pre-recorded and putting it somewhere where it wasn't recorded.
I just want to confirm because I keep doing the tempo by tapping to the beat and I keep getting the same thing, but it's not lining up. The bum 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 bum, those are eighth notes.
Mm-hmm. I think they should be. Get it close. I would get it close to the kick. So if
All
the
right,
kick
thank you.
lines up for you. And the kick is supposed to be a little off because you're going to want to use beat detective. So it's not going to be perfect.
I'm sorry, you said the kick is supposed to be off?
It's supposed to be, it's not going to be directly on the tempo, but you should get it close.
So are we supposed to fix the kicks first or find the tempo first?
Find the tempo first. So did anybody find the tempo?
Is it 100? Sorry, 90? 90?
Yeah. It is 90. Teamwork, help.
when it comes to the tempo, so Kevin had mentioned that it's 90. I think I got 89. Do you round, or is it maybe that I was just a bit off?
I think you
on
might
the
have been
beat?
a hair off, but that's okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
no problem. But that was close that you got 89. Joseph, do you have a question, or is that from last time?
I think that was from last time, but
Okay,
yeah, I have another question.
go for it.
So, where do we add markers on? Like, what specifically are we supposed to be adding markers?
Just show me that you can add a marker. So it can be from the beginning and just say intro and then outro.
Okay. And then for adjusting clip gains, is that because some of the audio is already has clip gains, so we have to like regulate it to normal volume?
So you adjust clip gains when like there's a note that's a little too soft or a little too loud and like sticks out in the track, or it's not loud enough in the track. So you isolate that note and turn it up or turn it down. So if anything's like a little quiet, maybe raise it.
And do you recommend that by muting all other tracks, or is it something that you're supposed to hear throughout the entire, like with all stems?
I think you can do it either way, but I would maybe you can even, take a look at the track visually and be like, "Oh, this looks like a little quiet, like right here looks a little quiet. So let me isolate that, hear it and be like, "Okay, let me just turn it up a little bit." And you can see that the waveforms kind of look similar to the other waveforms.
And what's that shortcut for that, if you don't mind me asking?
Command E will isolate the track.
Thank you.
Yep.
No, but I mean to raise the decibels.
Oh. So right down here. So once you
Oh,
cut it, this will pop up and then you can raise it or lower.
okay. Thank you.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, what were the clip gains again?
That's when you have when you're raising or lowering just what you isolate.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Professor, I'm trying to isolate it. So I selected, I guess, a certain portion,
Mm-hmm.
but it doesn't give me the option to just adjust the volume of that portion.
So
I
do
only have,
Command E.
okay.
You have
So
to
that's
cut it.
after selecting.
Yep. Select what
Oh,
you
okay.
want to select in Command E. Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. How's everybody else making out? Jack.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat one more time? The where you said we have to sample a percussive instrument.
Yes. So show you mine. Okay. It's going to look different than yours. But what you would do is you would take something like this. You would Command E, and then you would hit Option and just drag it over to the next beat. So you're sampling, you're taking something that's already been recorded and putting it somewhere where it's not been recorded. So take like the kick, Command E, split it, and copy it over to another section. So rather than just hearing the kick on one beat, you're hearing it on 1 and 3 or 2 and 4.
Oh, okay, okay. All right, thank you.
Do we need to rename the project if we just imported the session?
Yeah, don't worry about that.
Okay, because I think I'm done. All right.
Okay, great.
Professor, what's the Windows option of the button option?
The Windows option of which button?
Like, because you said that it was like option something to sample.
Oh, I think it's Alt.
Okay, thank you.
Professor, how do we split it after hitting Command E?
The Command E will split it. So you select what you want to split and then hit Command E.
Okay.
We'll cut it. Joseph.
Is it possible to explain what Beat Detective does exactly?
So it quantizes audio. So
And so when I click separate, so I do separate, then conform, and then edit smoothing, correct?
yes.
And does it matter how exactly we do it? Like, are we supposed to do it by a specific note, or do we just perform the task?
Let me show it to you again. Hold on. So you would say you take, let me share my screen. So here's a good example. So I have some cuts here. If I want to recall the original one, I can just use my trimmer tool to recall what I originally had. So I want to go into my kick is a good one because you want to use it on percussive instruments. So I would go up to event and then down to beat detective and then clip separation. And then over here, you want to capture your selection. And then over here under sensitivity, you want to pull the fader until it shows where it's going to cut at all the transients. And then you hit separate. And it's the same thing as doing Command E. So it splits it all. Then you hit clip conform. You capture your selection. And I did it to the 8th note, but you could do it to the quarter note here. And then you hit conform. And it shifts everything right on beat. And then I do edit smoothing because if you play this back, you'll hear dead sound right here and there'll be clicks and pops. So you want to put faders in and Beat Detective will do that automatically for you by going to edit smoothing, capture your selection, then select fill and crossfades, and then hit smooth. I didn't do it with this one. That's weird. Smooth. No, that's a flaw. Okay. Then you can just pull that one over, which is fine. Does that answer your question?
Yes. So it should only be done on the kick or a percussive instrument.
Yeah, like kick, snare. It's kind of clunky. It doesn't work all that well, but yeah, you don't want to use it anything that changes melody, changes notes.
Okay. And then for sampling, would you recommend using the beat detective to match it on beat before sampling? Or should I sample first and then proceed with the beat detective?
Yeah, either or would work, but you can use Beat Detective and then sample it and then snap it right to the grid.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
I'm struggling to do the crossfade. Can you go over that again?
Absolutely. So if I say I want to isolate this right here, I'll do Command E. And right where the cut happened, so get out of this. At the bottom of the track, right where the cut is, you'll see a little box.
Okay.
And if you just pull it over.
Gotcha.
Yes. And then at the end of a track, it's at the top corner.
Okay.
Pull it over that way.
Cool. Thank you.
No problem.
Actually, I'm sorry. I'm still not seeing that.
Oh. Do you want to share your screen?
Sure.
So you can see where you're looking.
So if I
Okay, yeah.
try to put my mouse here, it doesn't change.
Okay. So go up to your smart tool. So see where the trim tool, selector tool, and your grabber is? Yes, right there. And the bracket around it.
This one?
Up above that. It's like a kind of a yes. Click that. Perfect. Now try. There you go. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
No problem. Yeah, that's a little unclear.
For the crossfade, I was having the same problem. Can you just do Command F and then just move it wherever?
Yes, that's another really good trick. So, great option. So if you highlight between, say I split right here. If I highlight around it, oops, and I'm in my selector tool, I can hit F and it'll add a crossfade. Which is I forgot that command. Thank you, Kevin, for reminding me. Good question. No particular length. Just I want you to show that you know how to do it, basically. Yeah, you can remove a beat. That's fine. Or a measure. Any other questions, concerns? You don't have to make it perfect, just show that you know the material. All right, so for next week, send me a little short blurb about what you're going to record for your final project and submit this. And Jessica, let me know about the audio equipment if you need it. And the rest of you that are renting out an equipment, I'll let you know when it's ready in the office for you to pick up. I think it'll probably take them a day or two to get it organized. All right. Nice work, everybody. Have a good night. See you
night.
next Wednesday.
Thank you.
Night.
Have a good night. Thank you.
Night.